When he come back to my car, he told me to get out the car, and I said, I'm not getting out of my car, and I mashed my gas. It was just like an instinct. I didn't know what to do.
I'm sorry, you said, I'm not getting out of my car, and you what?
I mashed my gas.
Took off out of the parking lot.
I didn't know where I was headed. I didn't know nothing. I was just like, you know, oh my God. I just didn't know what to do.
And then that parking lot's not far from the highway.
It's not that far. It's maybe a mile away.
So is that where you went?
I went straight up to 97, and I got onto the freeway.
And where were you going?
I didn't know where I was going at first. And then I called my mom, and then I called my friend.
What'd you tell your mom?
What did I tell my mom? I said, Mom, I'm in a high-speed chase right now, and these police are messing with me. And she was like, Treese, why are you doing this? I was like, Mom, I'm really scared. I don't know what to do. I said, I'm afraid for my life. She said, you need to stop, you know. And I was like, Mom, I said, give me a number to the news station. And she was like, and I said, I'll call you back. And I hung up. And then when I called her back, she was like, I don't have a number. So I hung up. And then I called my friend, my producer, because before my arrest, I did a song about this.
Right.
And telling what this man was doing to me and how corrupt the police are. And I shot it live on my Facebook page. Yeah. And this is my producer that did it.
Right.
And I asked him.
And that's the song that you wrote about.
It's called I'm Not Gonna Stop.
Yeah.
It's the same my song.
Right.
And this is the guy that produced it for me. And I asked him to give me the channel to the news. And he goes, I'm watching you right now on the news. And
so you called your friend and he's like, yeah, I can see your chase on the news. I can see you on
Channel 13 right now. And I said, give me their number. And he gave me your number, and I called Channel 13.
Well, what'd your friend tell you?
He was like, oh my God. He said he's in shock.
So now, how quickly did the police start following you?
Immediately. They were not in their cars. So I was already finna get on the freeway when I seen them behind me.
And you saw them, I mean, lights and sirens, the whole deal.
I seen it.
And how many, was it one?
It was two.
Two at first?
At first.
And then what?
Then a lot of cops at it. And I didn't think that they could chase me.
How fast were you going?
I was going pretty fast.
How fast?
Over 100.
Damn.
At one point.
What kind of car?
Excuse me?
What kind of car?
It was a Ford Taurus.
You and me are both surprised that a Ford Taurus goes over 100 miles an hour.
That's what they say. I don't know. I just know. I never looked at my speedometer at the time, but that's what they said I was doing in court.
And I want to get back to calling the news station, but tell me what's it like to drive over 100 miles an hour in mid-morning traffic on? It's
scary. I literally thought in my mind at any blink of a second I could die or I could be in a bad car accident. And I mean, it's dangerous.
So why not stop?
I felt more afraid of the police and the man that was basically telling the police what to do than I did at that moment.
So then, could you see or hear the helicopter above you?
No, I didn't see or hear the helicopter, but I was told by the lady on 13 that the helicopter was over.
And did you get any text from? I mean, I know your friend said he's watching you live on TV.
I don't know. My phone was under the seat, so I was calling from the car.
Oh, from the radio or whatever you were able?
The Bluetooth was what I was using.
Okay. So, and texts don't pop up there, it's just
right,
the phone.
They don't show up.
So, you called your mom, you called this friend, and then you called Channel 13.
Yes.
You remember, how did you find Channel, I mean, how did you get to the right person at Channel 13?
I just said I'm the one in a high-speed chase right now, and I don't really remember how it worked, but I ended up talking to a lady. Yeah. And she was really nice.
I ask mostly because when I call, they don't answer the phone, so I'm impressed by you. We're able to get someone like that.
I can't tell you how it happened.
Yeah. Anyway, but you get to her, and and you tell me about that conversation.
I said they're gonna kill me. I told her they were gonna kill me, and she said no. My helicopter's right over your car, and she told me to pull over into a Ross parking lot.
Well, she had told you to pull over for a long time.
Yeah, she probably did. She
But-
probably did.
Did you, and before we get to the Ross parking lot, did you ever think about giving up?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what the plan was. I didn't have a plan. It just really happened.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to the news station. I wanted to get to your news station because I had information in my phone that was real valuable to see, things that I didn't get the chance to upload.
Yeah.
And
That would have proved the
I
stalking
proved my
stuff.
case. Like I've been blackballed from the beginning, but and even the fact that I received 9 aggravated and I didn't hit anybody, I didn't harm anybody, and I'm in here with a girl who got manslaughter through her chase and she got 9 aggravated. So I just feel like this is a cover-up.
And did the police ever get in front of you? Did they ever get alongside you?
Maybe once. I think one was on the side of me.
Did you look over?
Yeah,
And what did you see?
I seen the police officer.
Was he like motioning to you or anything?
I didn't see that.
Okay.
I didn't
Did
see
they ever try and get in front of you and put down the things that?
Yeah, there was like a cop when I was coming up through the woodlands. He threw out tack strips whenever I was passing by.
Did you hit him?
No,
What'd you do?
I missed him
On purpose or just by
on
luck?
purpose.
So I only ever see that from the helicopter, but tell me what it looks like as you're driving.
It was just so fast. I see this guy standing there with what looks like a fishing net, and so I get over, and he threw it, but I got over in the other lane, so he didn't.
And how many lanes did his spikes go across?
Like 2 lanes.
It went across 2, but you were over in the 3rd lane.
I got in the 3rd lane.
And had they like cleared traffic or anything for you?
So, and some points I felt like it might have been clear, but then again, it was 10 in the morning. But in most parts, there wasn't. There were people trying to stop me. Like there was a record driver, like took it upon himself to jump in front of me and like, play games with my car. And there was a couple of cars that done that.
Did that work?
No.
I mean, what do you think about a record driver or a
I
private?
think he was putting himself in a dangerous situation for no reason because I was trying to drive as safe as I can. I used my signal lights and I done everything I could to make sure I wasn't hitting nobody.
But I mean, you understand sort of how that sounds, right?
Yeah, I understand. I understand that I could have killed somebody, And
So then you're on the phone. We go back to the phone call, and she's saying, pull over, and what? She sees you as you're like cruising through the heights there. So why did you pull over in that like gas
because
station?
my tires were taken out.
Your tires. Oh, where did they get your tires?
They got my tires on Shepherd.
So you got off cruising down 45. You get on I-10 and you get off I-10 at Shepherd.
I got off on Shepherd from 45.
Oh, from 40.
And
Okay.
I went all the way up Shepherd.
Okay. And at some point on Shepherd, and did you see that guy too?
Yeah, he was waiting for me to come by, and he threw it. But when he threw it, there were cars in the other lane I couldn't get over.
You couldn't swerve over.
Right.
And you were, I mean, in your mind at least, you made yourself I mean, you weren't going to hit someone else on purpose where you're like,
No.
okay.
It was never about hitting anyone. It was about bringing awareness to what was going on in my life. I mean, I'm missing out a life for my family. My grandmother has been in the hospital for 2 months. She's in a rehabilitation. My brother's leaving to serve his country. And my brother's fighting for our rights, and they took my rights from me. Like literally, my civil liberties were taken.
And so that's what you were trying to get to the Channel 13 to show.
Yeah, I had documents where I had found where they lied. They falsified evidence.
So then you pull over in that parking lot.
Yes.
And tell me what happens next.
She told me to put my hands up, don't have anything in my hands. And she told me that they're gonna ask you to get out the vehicle and just to get out and put my hands up. And that's what I done. When this guy with a big dog told me to get out, I got out and somebody wrestled me to the ground. I could feel knees in my back. And then I was put in a police car.
When did it dawn on you what had happened?
It really, I didn't really, when I was in a police car And I asked him, why were you arresting me? And he said, for stalking. And I was like, oh my God. You know, I was like, I'm gonna sue the hell out of you. Like, I couldn't believe that this man said he was gonna arrest me for stalking.
Why did you finally stop?
I finally stopped because I felt safer with the news over me, for sure, and watching the whole incident. Like,
And short of the news, I mean, your chase is really unique because that's never happened before or since. That someone's on the phone with us while they're leading a chase. Was there anything the police could have done to stop you?
anything the police could have done to stop me? I suppose that if they had taken my tires out sooner, possibly, but I really did not feel safe, not with Willis Police. Perhaps another police officer from a different county, because I done been in with these people and what has happened before and how they do things, you know. I'm afraid of them.
Had the police gotten in front of you and slowed down like that record driver did, would that have worked?
Possibly. I can't really say. Everything just kind of was an instinct. It just happened so fast. I didn't think that I would be going that far. You know, it just all happened kind of fast, and I didn't really have a plan. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I started praying.
For what?
I started praying to God that I lived through this, because it's scary.
Did you pray for my family that was on the road, or did you pray that you wouldn't hit anyone?
I prayed that I didn't hit anybody. I prayed that God take the wheel and lead me and guide me in the right direction.
Do you think he did?
Excuse me?
Do you think he did?
I really do. I think that overall, God has been protecting me throughout all of this. I think that if I were still out in the world and I wasn't arrested right now, I probably would be in a casket.
You probably would be.
Would be dead.
Because of all the trouble you were.
Because of everything that was going on.
If you had to do it over again, what would you do?
I don't know. I really wasn't prepared for anything. I don't know what I would do if it all happened again. If I could go back to that day, I would hope that things would be different. But when it is all said and done, after everything I've been through, how I spent 212 days in solitary confinement again, I probably will run again. I probably will do it all over again. Seriously.
Why?
Because I don't know what would happen if I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, that scares me. If I didn't go on a high-speed chase, I wouldn't have the news here now. I could see myself, and I've debated it over and over. I think they probably would have still given me 9 years. They did not want me out in the world.
And to someone else who today is considering trying to outrun the police?
I can't recommend it. Every case is different, but my particular case is different from anyone else's. Some people will run for the police, I don't know for what reason, but some people have drugs on them. I've met a lot of people that had evading arrest. They were throwing drugs out the window, doing all kinds of things, and they ran for a particular reason to evade arrest. I really knew I would get caught, but I really wanted to bring awareness and let people see what was really going on.
Was there ever a moment where you thought, I'm gonna get away?
Not during the chase, no. When I first mashed my gas, I thought they weren't gonna chase me. I thought that they would like chase me out of Willis and then stop and turn around.
Yeah.
Or
how quickly did you realize that was?
When I realized, okay, they're gonna still follow me, like it really scared me even more, because the first time I was arrested, they took my phone. This time they took my phone again. And my phone still hasn't been able to get recovered. My mom has been trying to get my phone. They were supposed to release my phone to my mom, they never did. And they won't.
Why do you think so many people are doing this, these chases? I mean, chases this spring are through the roof.
I don't know why people are doing them. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but like in most cases, they just don't want to go to jail, I would imagine. And in other cases, they have something that they're trying to get rid of. Like I've talked to a few people. met a girl in the county. She had evaded arrest for 11 miles in Montgomery County. She threw all her drugs away, and they gave her 75 days in jail. Yeah. She did 43 days and was gone home, times her.
Now, that day, you hadn't been drinking, no drugs?
No.
Nothing?
No, not at all.
And not the day before? I mean, no chance you were drunk or high or?
No, I had a strawberry daiquiri the night before my arrest, you know?
But that wasn't?
No.
That's not enough. And you had nothing on you. I mean, it's not like you didn't throw anything out during your chase.
I was on video the whole
it.
time. I was on video the entire time. I didn't throw anything out of my car.
Right. It amazes me that you say you'd still do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see no other way right now. I really don't.
Do you still see it in your mind? Like if you close your eyes right now, can you see that movie?
Yeah, I can still feel it. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you feel?
The fear that I felt, because it was really scary, and I sometimes I think about how scared I was at the time.
Scared of what?
I was scared of the police. I was scared of the man controlling the police. Yeah. And I just feel like, this is slavery. Like, I was like, is this like 1817 or 2017? Because that's just really how I felt at that time.
What else do you want to tell me that we haven't talked about?
I can't think of anything right this minute. Yeah, I did evade arrest, but I do not deserve. I didn't really have a criminal record. I didn't have any felonies. I used to work at TDC, so I just think that this was an overkill.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think it was overkill?
I think it was overkill because of the amount of time that I received. The fact that they said that it's aggravated, it's like a double jeopardy, because evading arrest is a misdemeanor. Evading arrest with a motor vehicle makes it a felony or a state jail felony. So to add in that my car was a deadly weapon, like no other case throughout Montgomery County has ever had a deadly weapon without causing bodily harm. So I think that, they really set out to hang me, and they did. Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for talking with us. Did you ever see the video?
Yeah, I've seen it.
How do you think you drove?
I think I drove pretty good. Pretty good. I didn't hit nobody, so.